Today I'm reviewing an album from a band that apparently is famous for not being more famous. Four lads out of Leeds. You got Anthony and Royston Langdon. You got Johnny Craig and Richard Steele. These guys all come together to form the band Spacehog. And this is their 1995 debut album, Resident Alien. Recorded mostly in a barn in Woodstock, New York to create a more intimate listening experience, released through Siren Electra Records. This is an album that blends the classic sounds of the UK glam rock with the more modern at the time American indie rock sensibilities. I detect and will bring up the many influences that I come across on this CD, but comparing Spacehog to just one artist is superficial and cheap. They filter these various muses into their very own unique throwback music that's better than you remember. Starting out with the ultimate feel-good outro music from maybe a film with a profound lesson, using a modified sample from the Penguin Cafe Orchestra. This is In the Meantime. It's pure 90s bliss, with the band rocking out perfectly to capture this sonic snapshot of that very beautiful moment. The Achilles heel for this one is that it just sets such an impossibly high bar that there's almost no way to leap back over and create that high that you get from this song at any other point in this track list. And it's almost like the band knows it, because they follow up In the Meantime with a goofy, sort of psych-rocky song titled after the band. It feels like the intro to a Saturday morning cartoon, just kind of a sort of crappily animated show with a pig that lives on the moon. Simple lyrics, twangy guitars, and a rambunctious delivery fill my brain with memories of carefree cartoon consumption. A quick little aside, the very first review I ever did had a song titled after the band, and I thought that was pretty novel. There's a Sukiya review over there, but happy to come across another song like this on episode 30 with Spacehog! Moving on to the Ziggy Stardust flavored Starside. As space rocky as these guys get, this one has some really nice instrumental choices and a vocal performance that keeps the throwback themes going. There's a little Zeppelin-sounding guitar riff at the start of Candyman, but the vocal performance stays a lot closer to the glam rock of the previous number. Lyrically great, this one reads like a poem, but it's just simply not dynamic enough to keep me invested for 5 minutes. High-energy British pop-punk shakes the glammy monotony on Space is the Place. An escapist rocker with pretty wild lyrics about someone having sex with their brother. Never Coming Down, Part 1, feels like a Jack Johnson song sung by David Albarn, but it's really just a couple short verses accompanied by a moog, a acoustic guitar, and a harmonica. The second major hit of this LP, Cruel to Be Kind, feels like a British invaded Jessie's Girl, with a catchy chorus, great use of piano, fun guitar solo, all juxtaposing the down and out and dejected lyrics. Soothing sorrow is the emotion I get from the track Shipwrecked. Starting out with just a needle touching a record and a rain stick, all setting the tone for this glam rock tale of loneliness. As if slowly coming to terms with the shipwreck, we get a more relaxed, beachy sounding song titled Only a Few. There's some tickles of Radiohead here, with even a line containing the lyric high and dry, and maybe even some inspiration for Fergie with the chorus touting, "Big boys don't cry." The Last Dictator is a well-built but ultimately generic piece of anthemic chorus pop rock. Nothing really to complain about here, just nothing generally groundbreaking about this thing. There was a Part 1, so it'd be kind of weird if there wasn't a Never Coming Down Part 2, with the same first two verses but a totally alternate performance. There's a full band behind this one, even a stomping arena. This epic takes off with excess and lots of fanfare. There's a lot of shifts in tone in this album, but somehow the way they start and end each track makes it flow pretty undisturbed. For example, here's a U2-esque post-grunge ballad titled Zeros. It's all about putting yourself out on a limb, making a big act of love, and just being totally ignored and rejected. At first glance, the closing track looks to be over 21 minutes long, but after getting into it, there's 11 minutes of dead air right in the middle of To Be a Millionaire. Was it likely? Spacehog loves making happy-sounding sad songs, channeling the Beatles here, and having even similar themes to the track Maxwell's Silver Hammer. This one is about Terry shooting his mother and dragging her by the hair, losing all his friends. It's pretty gross, but the tune is nice and upbeat and really classic sounding. After the big break, it comes back with this fuzzy recorded loop of, and it's a lot happier and darker. It's a really strange kind of nonsensical phrase, and then there's this ambient groaning that comes in. It's spacey, it's entrancing, it's eerie. It goes on for a long while. It's a strange way to close out an album, but it's definitely unique. Fantastic cover art matches up with a fantastic album. For the 25-year anniversary of the release of this album, they put out a vinyl copy, I think only 2,000 copies worldwide, colored vinyl, Resident Alien, but no record stores near me, so I'm gonna be pretty happy and pretty content to just sit with this. Taking classic inspiration and interesting perspective, Resident Alien is a multifaceted debut, making new ideas out of old sounds to create their own classic feeling nostalgia. Taking the music seriously, all while having a good time. This one's definitely a keeper I'll be sure to revisit. But baby, in the meantime, there's some more classic 90s debut albums I've reviewed right here. If you're subscribed, make sure to smash like. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? There's a thing to subscribe right there and down there the whole time. Take care, everybody. I love all of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, baby, I'm a space hog. Space hog! Space hog! Yeah!